Hi, I'm Dr. Jeff Rohde with Dental Compare. I'm here with Dr. Stephan Abrams, inventor of the Canary System. Thanks for your time.
Oh, you're welcome.
We've seen some caries detection devices hit the market in the last several years, over the last decade, but some of them kind of really didn't live up to expectations we have. Why are you guys different in that way?
Well, caries is basically a disease that destroys crystal structure. So if you want to detect and measure it, you need to find a system that actually measures changes in crystal structure. A lot of the devices out there look at fluorescence or glow. And fluorescence is a phenomena that comes off the surface of the tooth. Caries starts below the tooth surface. And so technology needs to be related to finding it below the surface and looking for those defects or changes in crystal structure.
Right. So how deep can this actually go?
Our technology allows a dentist to image a defect up to 5 millimeters below the tooth surface, as small as 50 microns in size.
So this means you can actually get in approximately?
We can get into proximally. You have a small beam that allows you to image a section of that tooth, and you can see interproximally around the margins of restorations and beneath dental sealants.
So you can actually look below a sealant to see if it's still holding up and there's any leakage. You don't have to just look at it, you can detect it.
The sealants, we've just published some work which was released at IADR in July that shows that we can find caries beneath dental sealants.
Oh, very cool. So how much research have you guys done to kind of prove this up here?
This has been 12 long years of research. It started back in 1999. We spent a long time understanding the phenomena, which is called PTR loom. And once we understood that the phenomena worked on enamel slabs, we began to build our device, ran through 2 FDA-approved clinical trials, and since we've been on market, we've been doing a lot of clinically based studies in order to expand the scope of applications.
Very cool. So where do you see this kind of technology going? I know there's probably ideas you have about kind of things to do with it.
There's so much going on. We have 3 new applications that'll be released at the IADR in Chicago at the end of March, and another 2 papers coming out at the ORCA meeting, the European Organization for Caries Research, in July. And really the sky's the limit, because if you have a technology that looks at crystal structure, then you can begin to look at what are your other clinical applications. We want to do a study on looking at caries around orthodontic brackets. We have case studies on it, but we want to do a much more expanded study on that. So all sorts of things.
Very cool, very cool. And now, who can't this help? Pediatric practice, right? For sure, any GP.
Pediatric GP, if you've got a senior in your practice, multiple medications and dry mouth, and you're starting to put them on a remineralization program, but you're not sure if it's working or not because of all the other oral environmental factors, we can monitor those lesion changes for you, and on a real-time basis change the therapies that you're using so that those brown spots don't become large cavitations.
Right, because right now what we do is say we put someone on Prevident, we just kind of guess that it's working. Now we have a quantifiable way to know whether the remineralization is working.
Remineralization, as I like to look at it, is a big broad menu, and you can pick from the menu all the combinations you want. My suggestion is to look at a home and an office therapy, and in our clinical practice we're using a lot of 3M products. We use fluoride, their Vanish Fluoride and ClinPro 5000 toothpaste, and we monitor the changes. We see the patients every 3 months. If it's not working, we go back to look at risk factors, or we consider other types of remineralization therapies. But it's a broad menu you can pick from.
But at least you can know.
Yeah, you know.
It.
There's a really nice way of monitoring it without relying upon your eyes and hopefully a radiograph which may or may not show the changes.
Well, Dr. Abrams, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. The new Canary System, caries detection. Check it out.